Imagine a country with the world's highest waterfall, a country with snow-capped mountains, tropical beaches, and vast deserts, all in one place. A country sitting on more oil than Saudi Arabia. This country is Venezuela, and today you're going to learn English while discovering one of South America's most fascinating nations. Welcome to English Together. I'm here to help you improve your English naturally through stories, motivation, and real-world knowledge. Today, we're starting something special, Geography English, a series where you'll learn English while exploring the world. Every week, we'll visit a different country. You'll learn about its geography, culture, and history. And while you're learning about the world, you'll be improving your English naturally. No boring grammar drills, no memorization, just fascinating content in clear, simple English. Today's destination? Venezuela. Let's explore together. Venezuela is a country of extremes. It has some of the most beautiful natural wonders on Earth, but it also faces some of the biggest challenges. It has incredible wealth underground, but many of its people struggle with poverty. It has produced famous beauty queens, talented musicians, and world-class baseball players, but millions have left the country searching for better opportunities. Venezuela is complex. Venezuela is contradictory. Venezuela is fascinating. By the end of this video, you'll understand this country's geography. You'll know why it's called a land of contrasts, and you'll have improved your English along the way. Are you ready? Let's begin. Part 1. Where is Venezuela? Venezuela is located in the northern part of South America. It borders 3 countries: Colombia to the west, Brazil to the south, Guyana to the east. To the north, Venezuela has a long coastline on the Caribbean Sea. This coastline is over 2,800 kilometers long. That's longer than the entire east coast of the United States. The capital city is Caracas. It sits in a valley in the mountains close to the northern coast. About 3 million people live in Caracas. Venezuela is a big country. Its total area is 916,445 square kilometers. That makes it the 33rd largest country in the world. For comparison, it's slightly smaller than Egypt. It's about twice the size of California, and it's bigger than France and Spain combined. The population is approximately 28 million people. Most Venezuelans live in cities along the northern coast and in the mountain valleys. The official language is Spanish, but in this video, you'll learn about Venezuela in English. Part 2. The 4 geographic regions. Venezuela has incredibly diverse geography. We can divide the country into 4 main regions. Each one is completely different from the others. Region 1. The Andes Mountains, Los Andes. In the western part of Venezuela, the Andes mountain range enters from Colombia. These mountains are dramatic and beautiful. The highest peak is Pico Bolivar, which reaches 4,978 meters above sea level. Yes, you can find snow in Venezuela. Even though Venezuela is a tropical country, these high mountains have snow on their peaks year-round. The Andes region is cooler than the rest of the country. The mountain valleys have perfect weather, not too hot, not too cold. Many cities in this region, like Mérida, are popular with tourists. The mountains are also important for agriculture. Farmers grow coffee, corn, wheat, and vegetables in the fertile valleys. What makes this special is in the same day you can be in tropical heat on the coast, then drive a few hours and see snow on mountain peaks. This diversity is rare. Region 2. The Maracaibo lowlands, La Costa. Between the Andes Mountains and the Caribbean Sea, there's a large lowland area around Lake Maracaibo. Lake Maracaibo is one of the largest lakes in South America. It's connected to the Caribbean Sea, so it's actually a brackish lake, a mix of fresh water and salt water. This region is hot and humid. Temperatures often reach 35 to 40 degrees Celsius. It rarely rains during the dry season, but when it does rain, it pours. Why is this region so important? Oil. Lake Maracaibo sits on top of one of the largest oil reserves in the world. Since the early 1900s, oil has been extracted from this region. The city of Maracaibo is Venezuela's second largest city. It grew rapidly because of the oil industry. Today, about 2 million people live there. If you look at a satellite photo of Lake Maracaibo at night, you'll see thousands of small lights. These are oil platforms on the lake, working 24 hours a day. Oil made Venezuela rich, but it also made Venezuela dependent on one resource. Region 3. The Llanos, the plains. Moving south from the coast and mountains, you'll find Los Llanos, the plains. This is a vast, flat region that covers about 1/3 of Venezuela. Imagine grasslands that stretch as far as the eye can see, with scattered trees and rivers cutting through. The Llanos are cattle country. Cowboys called llaneros ride horses, herd cattle, and maintain the traditional way of life that has existed for centuries. During the rainy season, May to October, the rivers flood. Much of the Llanos becomes wetland. During the dry season, November to April, the land becomes dry and dusty. The Llanos are also rich with wildlife. Capybaras, the world's largest rodent. Anacondas, giant snakes. Caimans, similar to alligators. Hundreds of bird species. The Orinoco River, one of South America's longest rivers, flows through the Llanos. It's 2,140 kilometers long and eventually empties into the Atlantic Ocean. Region 4. The Guiana Highlands, or Guyana. In the southeast, Venezuela has its most mysterious and least explored region, the Guiana Highlands. This is a land of ancient flat-topped mountains called tepuy. These mountains are incredibly old, some of the oldest rock formations on Earth, over 2 billion years old. The tepuy rise dramatically from the jungle floor. Their vertical cliffs can be 1,000 meters high. The tops of these mountains are flat, like tables. Because the tepuy have been isolated for millions of years, they have unique plants and animals that exist nowhere else on Earth. Angel Falls, or Salto Ángel, is located in this region. It's the world's highest uninterrupted waterfall, with a height of 979 meters. That's more than twice the height of the Empire State Building. The water falls from the top of a tepuy called Ayán Tepuy. The waterfall was named after Jimmy Angel, an American pilot who was the first outsider to fly over it in 1933. This region inspired Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's famous novel, The Lost World, where explorers discovered dinosaurs living on an isolated plateau. The Guiana Highlands are remote, difficult to reach, and absolutely stunning. Part 3. Climate and Weather. Venezuela is a tropical country. It's located close to the equator, so it doesn't have the 4 seasons like countries in Europe or North America. Instead, Venezuela has 2 seasons: the dry season, verano, December to April, and the rainy season, invierno, May to November. But remember, geography creates climate diversity. On the coast, hot and humid year-round, average temperatures 27 to 32 degrees Celsius. In the mountains, cool and pleasant, average temperatures 12 to 18 degrees Celsius. Some peaks have freezing temperatures. In the Llanos, very hot during the day, 35 to 40 degrees Celsius, cooler at night. In the Guiana Highlands, varies by elevation. Jungle areas are hot and humid. Mountaintops are cool and misty. Venezuela's climate is perfect for growing many different crops: coffee, cacao, chocolate, sugarcane, corn, rice, and tropical fruits like mangoes and papayas. However, climate change is affecting Venezuela. Glaciers on the highest mountains are melting. Some scientists predict that within 20 years, Venezuela will have no glaciers left. Part 4. Natural Resources, Wealth Beneath the Ground. Venezuela is one of the most resource-rich countries in the world. Oil. Venezuela has the largest proven oil reserves on Earth. That's right, more than Saudi Arabia, more than Russia, more than any other country. Oil was discovered in Venezuela in the early 1900s. For most of the 20th century, oil brought enormous wealth to the country. At one time, Venezuela was the richest country in South America. The government used oil money to build modern cities, highways, hospitals, and schools. But there's a problem. Venezuela's oil is heavy crude oil. It's thick like syrup. It's harder and more expensive to refine than light crude oil. Also, Venezuela became too dependent on oil. When oil prices are high, the economy booms. When oil prices fall, the economy crashes. In recent years, political problems and poor management have caused oil production to collapse. Venezuela now produces much less oil than it did 20 years ago. Venezuela also has gold in the Guiana Highlands, iron ore used for making steel, bauxite used for making aluminum, natural gas along the coast, diamonds in the southeast. The Orinoco Belt contains heavy oil and bitumen, which could provide energy for decades if properly managed. Venezuela's tragedy is this: it has incredible natural wealth, but economic mismanagement has prevented that wealth from improving people's lives. Part 5. The People of Venezuela. Venezuela is a diverse, multicultural nation. The population is a blend of indigenous peoples who lived there for thousands of years, Spanish colonizers who arrived in the 1500s, African peoples brought as enslaved laborers, European immigrants, especially from Italy, Portugal, and Spain, who arrived in the 1900s, Middle Eastern immigrants, especially from Lebanon and Syria. This mixing of cultures created a unique Venezuelan identity. Most Venezuelans are mestizo, a mix of indigenous, European, and African ancestry. Venezuelans are known for being warm, friendly, and expressive. Family is extremely important in Venezuelan culture. Extended families often live close together and gather frequently. Language. Spanish is spoken everywhere, but Venezuelan Spanish has its own accent and unique words. For example, chévere means cool or great. Pana means friend or buddy. And vaina means thing, used constantly in conversation. Food. Venezuelan food is delicious and filling. Some traditional dishes: arepas, corn flatbreads that can be filled with cheese, meat, beans, or eggs. Venezuelans eat arepas for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Pabellón criollo, the national dish. It's shredded beef, black beans, rice, and fried plantains. Hallacas, similar to tamales, made with corn dough and filled with meat, olives, and raisins, traditionally eaten during Christmas. Tequeños, fried cheese sticks wrapped in dough, a popular snack. Music and dance. Venezuela has rich musical traditions. Joropo is the national folk music and dance. Gaita is music from the Maracaibo region, especially popular at Christmas. Venezuela has produced famous musicians in salsa, merengue, and classical music. Sports. Baseball is the most popular sport in Venezuela. The country has produced many Major League Baseball stars, including Miguel Cabrera, Felix Hernandez, and Salvador Perez. Many young Venezuelans dream of becoming professional baseball players. Part 6. Modern Venezuela, a country in crisis. It's important to be honest. Venezuela today is facing serious problems. Economic collapse. Since around 2014, Venezuela has experienced a severe economic collapse. Hyperinflation has made the currency almost worthless. A loaf of bread that cost 1 bolivar in 2012 might cost 1 million bolivars today. Basic goods like food, medicine, and electricity have become scarce. Hospitals lack supplies. Supermarkets often have empty shelves. Why did this happen? Economists point to several reasons: overdependence on oil, government spending more money than it had, price controls that discouraged production, corruption and mismanagement, international sanctions, drop in global oil prices, migration crisis. Because of these difficulties, Over 7 million Venezuelans have left the country since 2015. That's about 25% of the population. Many went to Colombia, Peru, Chile, and other Latin American countries. Others went to the United States, Spain, and other parts of the world. These migrants face challenges. Many left professional careers but now work in jobs that don't match their education. They left behind family, homes, and memories. But Venezuelans are resilient. They're rebuilding their lives in new countries while hoping that one day their homeland will recover. Hope for the future. Despite everything, Venezuela still has incredible potential. Enormous natural resources, a young, educated population, rich cultural heritage, some of the world's most beautiful natural landscapes. Many people believe that with better governance, Venezuela could recover and once again become a prosperous nation. Part 7. Why Venezuela Matters. Venezuela is called a land of contrasts for good reason. It has Angel Falls and the Andes, tropical beaches and snowy peaks, vast oil reserves and economic struggles. It's a country with a proud history and an uncertain future. A country of warm, resilient people who love music, food, and baseball. Venezuela teaches us important lessons. First, natural resources alone don't guarantee prosperity. How they're managed matters. Second, geographic diversity creates cultural richness. Venezuela's different regions each contributed to the national identity. Third, even countries facing difficulties have beauty, value, and hope. If you ever get the chance to visit Venezuela when conditions improve, you'll see a country unlike any other. You'll see Angel Falls crashing down from ancient mountains. You'll taste arepas fresh off the griddle. You'll hear joropo music in the Llanos. You'll meet people who smile despite hardship. You'll see why this land of contrasts captures the imagination of everyone who visits. Let's review some important vocabulary from today. Geographic terms. Coastline, the edge where land meets the sea. Lowlands, flat land at low elevation. Highlands, mountainous land at high elevation. Plateau, a flat area of land at high elevation. Waterfall, water falling from a height. Natural resources, oil reserves, oil still underground, not yet extracted. Crude oil, oil in its natural state before refining. Minerals, natural substances found in the earth, gold, iron, etc. Other important words. Diverse, having variety, different types. Remote, far away, difficult to reach. Resilient, able to recover from difficulties. Prosperous, successful, and wealthy. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Venezuela. If you enjoyed learning English through geography, hit subscribe. Next week, we'll explore another fascinating country. Tomorrow, we return to our motivational stories. I'll share the story of Sarah, the woman who was terrified of speaking English but conquered her fear in just 30 days. What country should we explore next in Geography English? Drop your suggestions in the comments. Palestine? Japan? India? You decide. Until tomorrow, keep learning, keep exploring, and remember, we're learning English together. See you soon.